This is Stuart from the UK, and you are watching or listening to the Ebro Laura Rosenberg show. This is worldwide, baby. Every day, 8 o'clock. Don't forget to set your alarms and subscribe. Here is what you've missed.
The Ebro Laura Rosenberg show.
Grab. Hand, I don't know. Did Rosenberg see the gift?
Nope.
It's a good way for him to start the show. Show Rosenberg the gift we got.
We got a gift?
We got a gift.
And someone gave a card that says we got plans?
Nope, they gave us they made a whole sign for us.
Wow.
Show you got to put up on camera. Turn it around so the cameras can see.
Which camera's best?
That's right.
That's
there,
the wide?
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. We got, hold on, let me get straight.
We got plans. That is from a Stephanie Corral, I think is how you say pronounce
Let me
it. Corral. Stephanie Corral.
Corral.
Yeah.
Stephanie Corral.
She wrote us a letter. She said to Ebro, Laura, and Rosenberg, or made us a card, and the card says we got plans.
Look.
It
Really
says,
nice.
to Ebro, Laura, Rosenberg, and Griff, I've been a listener since before any of you had kids. And over the years, it's been amazing watching you all grow your families. For so many years, every morning in traffic was spent with you all, from taking my son to daycare through high school.
Whoa.
You were all a part of our daily lives. The conversation segments and laughs got us through those long drives. Ooh, bars. When the show ended, we all felt lost. You took a chance on your listeners and started something new, not because you had to, but because you wanted to. That shows loyalty. I made this small piece as a small thank you for the impact you've made on our lives.
Wow.
Stephanie Corral,
Stephanie.
the old mom in the car.
Aw, we love
Stephanie,
you.
your handwriting's not bad. She said, sorry for the handwriting. I only learned script in school. Nah, Stephanie, your handwriting's chill. And then
Wow.
I'm assuming Sunny Acres, she put a card in here.
Maybe that's your business?
It's her business. Sunny,
that's nice
SONNY
handwriting.
Acres. Yeah, that's not bad.
That's really nice.
That's a custom card, Rosenberg.
I see. I know they
got
don't sell
plans.
We Got Plans
So
cards
now-
at Hallmark.
So there's
That's
been
so
this whole
cool.
convo on the show
Wow.
about decorating the room. Should we put this on our little shelves back there?
That could
This is about as elaborate as what you guys were going to put up there yesterday.
facts. Well, or should it just be the sign? Should we just put her sign up?
Put the sign up?
At least let it live for a little bit. I mean, it deserves some love. By the way, maybe things can rotate on the shelves that come from Fox.
Did you come up with that yourself?
Just right now.
Nice. So we got somebody new producing the show today.
Yeah.
His name's Joe.
Yeah.
If anything goes wrong, blame Joe.
Yes.
But
I love
ultimately,
Joe.
still blame Rasan, because he decided he wanted to have another kid. And I think they're at the hospital right now.
Uh-huh. He's in the chat. He's in the
Yo,
Yo,
my man.
yo, Rasan.
Hey, yo, my man.
Oh, he's waiting.
No, did we tell the audience that I forced Joe to come in against Rasan's wishes?
No.
We told them that Rasan was like, nah, I'm going to be there. Don't worry. I was like, bro, your wife is going to she's going to need to go to the hospital and have a baby. He was like, nah, I'm going to make it.
I had to threaten him, Hebrew. I was like, you better be there for her. What is
You know what I think's happening? I think Bascom knows that he's pissed off Ebro so many times with being late and things of that nature that he feels that if he skips his wife's birth to show his loyalty, that'll get Ebro off his back.
You know what you need to do, Rasan? Not do wide shots that show a cardboard box with Rosenberg's drink on it.
Okay.
How about that?
And start the show not at 8:03, but
Yeah.
these are the things that
That's way more important.
Ebro doesn't want you to skip your child's birth. He just wants the show to start at 8 o'clock. That's it. And you're already here at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, so why can't we be on
Right.
time?
It's not
What's
that
so hard?
Bascom doesn't run in late and he's here. But when it gets to be close to the time, we're looking at him. He's still walking around. We're like, wait.
Talking to Louie and Griff.
Getting it close again.
Chit chat. Yo, that's the chit chat crew over there.
Nah, the chit chat's crazy.
Nah, the chit chat's crazy in the morning. I walk in sometimes, Griff's talking to Laura. I'm like, yo, we got 5 minutes to go. And he's telling stories about his sister and his mom and the kids. And Laura's like, really?
I can't believe he's. By the way, I can't believe he's running this back a fourth time though. It's so crazy.
What, we're signed with the kid?
Man, 4 times.
Well, they didn't plan on it.
Listen.
No, they didn't because they gave
So
away
you
everything.
want to talk about lay him down, smack it?
Yeah, I
yak it.
guess. Yo, listen. Hey, I got one thing to say. God bless.
Yes. We're wishing you so much love. No, we're sending you so much love. Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy that
In
they
the
just
hospital,
after
going
3
down.
kids to just stumble into another one means the work is getting done. Let's talk about it because kids don't just happen willy nilly out of nowhere. It's not because you had sex once that a child was created.
I mean, for some.
For some, but timing generally.
Yeah, it's got to line up. It's got to line up.
You learn things got to line up. You know what I mean?
Some people are fertile.
I guess so.
Yes,
Some more than others, for sure. It does just pop off.
Yo, I had a conversation early this morning because I was up. Issa's cooking some breakfast or doing something for parents at the school. She had to be at school at 6 a.m. today.
Oh, my God. Okay.
And they're doing like a pancake parent breakfast or something. So she's one of the organizers.
Okay.
You know, my amazing daughter always volunteering for something at school outside of her other activities that she's already got, outside of the other activities that the school already plans to just, throw your schedule into a tailspin.
Plus star of the show last Friday.
Oh, star? People were loving it.
What?
She's ringing off?
Oh, she was hot out here.
Go ahead,
Bro,
Issa.
even our social was on fire.
People
ahead.
love
That
the
clip?
Issa content. Yeah.
Go ahead. Well, at any rate, I got a call from one of our mutual friends. And for some reason, he
One
wanted...
of our?
All of us, yes. No names for now. But he wanted to tell me how fertile he was as he gets prepared to get married and, they're planning to have kids. I was like, yo, my guy.
All right.
I know I'm of a certain age now where you just start talking about fertility, but I don't really need to know what's going on with your junk, my dude, at 6 in the morning, 6:15.
Wait. Do we know this person's getting married?
I think so.
All of us do?
I think you do.
Okay. All right.
You know who it is?
I think I know who it is.
But we don't need to say names.
Can
And
you
the
send-
audience, I ain't putting nobody business.
You can't. No, can you send it to me?
Okay.
Well, we could do it after the show.
No, but
You
I'm
can't wait. You
curious
need to know now.
because it'll just give me intel on the conversation. But they just call up like, "Yo, my joint's ringing off out here,"
No. It was a little bit more of an update of life than that.
and then but at 6 in the morning.
Yeah, because this person doesn't go to sleep, and I'm always like, yo, go to sleep.
Got it. Oh, that's possible. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Well, listen. I say this. I hope that's true because I've been on the other side of. I thought I was fertile my whole life. In fact, I wouldn't say empirical evidence, but I really, really had every reason to believe that I was. And then when it came to baby time, guess what I learned? Not so much, my guy. Took a little bit of work from the old medical team, and I realized the other day, and this is one of the things I'm going to get into in the podcast that I'm starting that I'm never going to start.
Do we have that trailer ready for the new podcast?
Wait, I don't know if you have the trailer still on deck.
Because we've been trying to play this trailer for 3 weeks, and now we've transitioned to the actual topic.
So, well, this is one of the things that it's not like listed as one of the topics, but like one of the topics I do want to get into at some point is male infertility because it's so not talked about.
Well, and it needs to be talked about because dudes is out here unhealthy and not checking on their junk and blaming women.
Always. That's the main thing because they're like, you go get checked. You go to.
Well, that's.
I had to tell a friend of mine, I was like, has he gotten checked? He's smoking and drinking and eating crazy. I was like, what makes you think you could be the one?
Right.
But he also could be the one.
So that goes back literally to like forever, right? To the 40s, 30s, whatever it is. They've always assumed it's the woman. A man can't have a problem. But male infertility has been steadily on the rise for 20 years. And they don't know, don't show, and don't care about why infertility is on the rise. They really don't.
It's probably a combo of a lot of factors.
Sedentary lifestyle, weed use, cell phone in your pocket, laptop, porn. Who knows? There could be a million things.
Yeah.
But one of the things I want to talk about on this podcast is that issue because I realize so many men go through it and don't talk about it. And not only that, if you haven't been through the experience, you don't know some of the things to ask and do. I at one point thought I was not having kids. Was not going to happen. Then got to a point where it was like, okay, maybe there's a possibility, but we don't know how much motile sperm is there. But and then at my fourth different person over the years, this is now new wife, new life, back again, trying to get in the saddle again.
Right.
The doctor was like, have you ever done an extended search? I was like, what's an extended search?
Extendo.
And he was like, what's an extendo clip? And he was like, well, when you go to get checked out and they tell you they'll say you have 0% motile sperm or basically good sperm. Motile means ability to move. They'll say you have 0%. He goes, that just means in the droplet that they looked at that it has 0. Then they deduce because there's 0 there that you have 0. I was like, huh? That's the whole system?
Bro.
He's like, yeah, but if you do an extended search, they will look through the entire sample. He was like, but it's a bit pricey. I was like, oh.
That's why.
I said,
Okay.
here we go.
Insurance don't cover it.
How much?
Of course not.
No. I go, how much? He was like, like $800,000. I was like, I think I'm willing to spend that on this issue.
You're like, I thought you were going to hit me with $25,000.
Correct. That's what
right?
I assume must be some insane number. No. Yeah. And so they did it, and guess what? The first time out the gate, they come back. They're like, yeah, we got a bunch we can use. You're good.
And for years, you had worried about this.
Not only years, and I never wanted to talk about it. It's the only thing I was truly private about because I could not handle until I had a child the idea of the internet trolls being like, this beta cuck is infertile. I couldn't handle it. Yeah. And then I was like, but once I get to the point.
Attack on your whole manhood.
Bro, people take fertility as.
What?
As if it's not. First of all, of course, it can be that like you have an unhealthy lifestyle.
That's right.
But in the case of many people, it's just luck of the freaking draw.
Yeah.
It's just the sperms ain't sperm.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Joe, did you find that trailer? Oh, he's got it.
Check the trailer.
Here's the trailer.
Rosenberg's. Do you have a date for this launch?
No, but after we show this and I see the excitement from the EL Army, I'll give one.
Okay.
But do you have a place for them? Do you want them to go in?
Oh, yes, I do. I do. In fact, they will, it's on the YouTube channel of the name of the show.
All right, let's
So after that, they can go subscribe right now.
Okay.
You need volume 2, Ebro.
Oh.
Addiction starts early. I mean, really early. As a baby, it can be food that makes you feel better. Then you grow up, and maybe it's a drink, a smoke, a vape. And as life gets harder, the drugs get harder. But for me, and more people every day, the real addiction is validation. Swiping endlessly on dating apps, texting with strangers, or just opening Instagram for the 10th time in an hour, chasing that hit, that like. No one is immune. And the internet, it wants us addicted. So let's talk about it. Because like every addiction, validation will make your life unmanageable. Trust me, I learned the hard way. Validate Me, a podcast about validation, addiction, and filling the void. Subscribe now on YouTube or wherever you find podcasts.
Validate Me.
All right. I love the animation.
Validate Me show, yeah, and there's a Validate Me YouTube channel as well that you could go subscribe to right now. Now, Laura missed the first 15 seconds because her headphones weren't plugged in, which was
Ebro stepped on it. Oh, God.
How did I? What do you mean? That means we were sitting here the whole time having a convo. Your headphones were
You
never on.
moved your foot, and that's when I was like, wait, how come I don't hear anything?
Let me tell you something about Laura. We don't trust it.
What, we don't believe that?
No. Nobody in here believes that she actually just unplugged those headphones.
How do you think I was listening to you before?
You were just sitting next to me and you thought it was the microphone.
No.
Validate Me show on YouTube, though, if you want to hit the sub. So if you want to subscribe to the podcast, that's going to be what it kind of focuses on is, I call it validation addiction because I believe the phrase sex addiction is inaccurate and really does nobody any favors brand-wise. Like, I don't think anybody wants what the whole walking around being like, yeah, I'm a sex addict is, I don't think goes great.
But on a
and it's not realistic.
So today we drop a new Patreon.
Yeah, sure we do.
And we talk about on the Patreon, I believe this was on the Patreon this week, love from our parents. Mm-hmm. And you were talking about Mindy and hugging and this sort of thing. And you mentioned that maybe that's where your desire to get validated comes from.
Oh, yes, I did. I forgot. I was like, where are you going? Yeah, I did. I do.
And so while yes, we point to these other things, there might be an origin story for a lot of people that is before social media, before the cell phone.
Oh, yeah, that's
kind of hardwired into who you are as a person. Maybe even why you want to be on a microphone. Maybe even why you want to perform for a living.
Oh, 100%. It's all built in there. The behavior is the symptom of the problem, right? What is the problem?
Yeah.
Like that's why I hate the phrase sex addict, because sex addict, people drop like, yo, my man, I'm a sex addict too. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here, gotta slay everything. And it's like, no, my guy, that's every guy we know generally, not every guy, most guys want to pursue women. I understand that. But this is about something else. This is about craving another person to make you feel whole. And then when it's like very often, but when it's your partner, that partner is no longer enough. You need to seek other people to make you feel good regularly all the time. And that that's again why the phrase sex addiction to me doesn't work, because it's not about having sex. Like, for me, the issue is not, I need to have sex with 1 million people. It was, I need to feel good from 1 million people.
I need to know I could have sex with 1 million people if I wanted to, because I want to feel dope. I want to feel hot. I want to feel fly. I want to feel whatever that feeling is. Even though I don't actually want to do the work because I'm lazy, I'd rather just go to sleep.
Yeah, if that part, well, no, it wasn't the laziness. It wasn't the laziness for me. It was the plausible deniability that if I go do that, that's too much. But I could draw a line. But which, by the way, is crazy addict talk, right?
Right.
Like, that's the same as now we're into gambling addiction. I'm never gonna do blank.
Or
but
even
then you
alcohol. No, even alcohol, where people are like, I can stop whenever.
Yeah, I don't
You're
drink
like,
on.
"Let's
I don't
not
drink on
tonight."
weekdays though.
I've heard alcoholics say, "Oh, I stopped drinking. I'll have a beer every now and then," but that's nothing. That doesn't count. What?
Well, I mean, alcohol's so complicated though too, right?
No, there's alcohol in beer.
Yes, but you can be like a later in. I do believe that they're changing. Some people are changing the idea of what alcohol recovery looks like, and that there could be people that, depending on your kind of addiction, maybe there's a stage in your life where you could have some level of relationship with alcohol. Because not everyone's version of whatever your addiction is, not every version is the same. I had a dear friend who is no longer with us, who I met in program based on all these problems: sex addiction, validation addiction. Now, he was a real sex addict, for real. I was in meetings, I was a bore. I was like,
Compared to everybody else.
they were like, not for the first few months. I was fun because I was weeping through the whole meeting.
right.
So I think people were like, oh, here comes crying guy. Let's get the stories cracking.
I'm crying, guy.
But then once I was like, okay, I'm pretty boring. My man, I won't say his name because that's totally against what the idea of it is. But my man, who's no longer with us, man, my man's stories were wild. And as he got into recovery, he still would occasionally have wild stories, but they were inside what he believed were a healthy, sober lifestyle for him. You know what I mean? Like, it's not your plan and program isn't necessarily always going to be, I just don't do anything like this.
Yeah.
It's about your life becoming unmanageable. You know what I mean? So you may not be having sex with anyone, and you may not even be sexting with anyone. You may not be talking to people. Your validation addiction could be scrolling.
Yeah.
It could just come from like
Comment section.
Right.
It could be comment section. It could be, searching Google News if you're a public person who's like, I got to see if anyone's talking about me.
Right.
There's so many different things it can be.
Validate me. New podcast.
People dismiss sex addiction. They just
That's
like,
why
that ain't real.
Because
It's not
the
a thing.
name is trash. I'm telling you, they came up with a name that makes people A, judge you, and B, make you think you're a pervert. You sound like a creep. And B, it's not even accurate.
Bro, and it can happen to anybody.
So now, is it true you could be a sex addict?
Yeah.
You're only having sex with your partner, but the way your partner has to be there for you and please you, and you are not interested in what they're feeling like. You're just like, I need sex.
For sure.
So I've heard that's a thing too, and people are like, that's not a thing. You're in a relationship. And I'm like, well, but if your partner's not
right.
No.
enjoying this,
Or doesn't want to do certain
or
things.
doesn't want to do certain things, and you're like dangling the relationship over it, or acting as if you're
Yes.
going to leave because they won't, or whatever.
For sure. It's not just cheating.
Right. And I'm just adding that into
yeah.
this whole kind of, you
could be not having sex at all and be a sex addict. There's so many different levels to what it could mean. That's why I think the name is not quality.
Let me tell you. So one of my best girlfriends moved to LA, and rent's expensive, and she's a up and coming actress. So she had
real out here.
She had to get a roommate. Yo, you guys. She told me that her new roommate was addicted to Grindr. Grindr, yes.
You mean
Grindr?
like people just popping up and having sex.
And what's the other one?
Tinder?
Yes, and Tinder, both. She said her new room every night, a new person in the house.
Oh yeah.
Every night.
Well, at
She
that
was like,
point,
you gotta go because I
well,
can't
no,
have
so
all these
you
strangers
can
in
say
my
you're
house.
addicted to Grindr and whatever. No, you're a sex addict, and you're a whore.
Yo, that's crazy. She was like every night a different person. Sometimes two.
Guys, I got news for you.
But slutting, people have their slutty phase, man. Men
Yeah,
and
but
women.
that's not normal.
just
That's not normal.
what to have a slutty phase.
No,
or have different
every
phase
day.
every day.
Every
no.
night.
Every day's a
I'm not
bar.
saying it's normal. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that people have phases.
But I'll just say this. I am lucky that I was not ever single in the era of apps.
Because you'd went off deep end.
Bro, I was meeting people online when that wasn't a thing. Like when I was 18.
ASL?
I was ASL.
Oh, wow.
So like
Chat rooms.
you name it, I found it. Bro, come on. It was built in my DNA so early. If I'd gotten to the point, And not only that, my real life game was mediocre. My chat game, it's an acquired skill. It's a manipulative acquired skill where you can learn how to talk to people in a way that kind of makes them come back for more, right? If I've been on the apps in the era, multiple times a night, there are people just walking in from one date to another.
Yeah.
They got a 6, they got an 8, they got a 10.
This is 6 to 8 to 10. What do you mean?
3 different dates.
You mean time?
Yes, they got a
8 p.m. Oh, got
6p coffee, 8p dinner, 10p drinks, all lined up every night, bro.
But if they're not hitting it, that's just dating, right?
Is it?
Is
or
it?
Or do they have a problem and they can't stop doing it? It's every day and they're spending money and they're tired at work the next day and their life has become unmanageable.
Oh, every day. I forgot the everyday part. Y'all make
you would never be you. No, it'd never be you.
Y'all make. I was just your regular run of the mill. Can I hit that guy?
Wait.
No,
Ebro, because you're out in these streets. Did you
I was
ever
outside.
go on the AOL chat rooms?
No, I never did that.
Did Ebro do that?
I just wondering if
I
he
wasn't
hit-
even on MySpace
You know?
like that.
Nah, come on, bro.
And
Ebro,
then I was mad that everybody thought Facebook was different than MySpace. That was like a whole year for me. Everybody was like, "Yo, you got to get on Facebook." I was like, "It's the same as MySpace." No, it's different. It's only for students, and you have a different email. I was like, "Same thing."
Yo, Ebro, I love that Ebro's always been old. Even though his
Yes.
take is correct, it's still such an old man take. Isn't that the same thing?
It's the same thing.
But you were right. But this is why I want.
But I was also mind you, I was in clubs every night. Though.
No, that's
So no, but I'm not. I'm saying, but sex addiction similar, right?
Yeah, but you were a normal. You were actually a healthy
I don't know if I was
version.
normal.
No,
I don't know.
You had ability to do well,
Yes.
and you were outside and single. That's
fine.
I
Yes.
think that's normal.
Yes, mostly, but I was outside.
But any guy, bro, you were a person of note from very young. You're outside in the club, cool guy, hosting. Like, that's a lot of good stuff going on.
And the thing that actually saved me, I think, from being too crazy was the fear of getting robbed.
You had fear of everything. Fear of AIDS, fear of getting robbed.
Well,
Well,
good thing.
people was getting AIDS and getting robbed. I didn't want to be one of them.
No judgment. I think these are great fears to have, but that'll keep you. Here's the thing, though. When you're an addict, those fears don't matter.
Oh, you think you could beat it?
It's not going to happen, or you're willing to take the risk, and then the next day you're going, I'm never doing that again. I will say this, and not that this was not meant to be a preview of Validate Me, because we'll get into it one day when I start this soon. But if you get to the point with anything where you go, nah, I'm not going to do it like this anymore. I can't. It's hovering over my head. I feel guilty. I'm never doing this again. I'm not doing it again. And then within a couple of days, you find yourself doing it again. That's a problem. That's a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't think what you were doing, you were like, oh man, I don't want to hook up with another hot chick at the club again. I feel terrible about that.
That wasn't what was happening.
Never cross. You were like, that was pretty good. I wonder if it'll happen again.
Maybe not.
Maybe, we'll see.
Maybe I'll meet somebody new. We don't know.
But this is all going to get so much worse because now we're of the age. These kids are.
I don't know. I'm hearing it's the other way. They're saying studies are the other way.
Studies.
They say
kids aren't having sex.
Kids are having less sex and using less social media.
And not drinking.
But that's the kids not drinking thing they're saying, but they are doing pills and they are doing these other things. However, there is a trend of these kind of like, what do they call them? Like health parties where people are gathering, listening to music. It's early in the day and they're like yoga parties or like, I don't know, listening to music and like, what's the other thing that people do?
Meditate.
Meditate.
Nah.
Swear.
I was joking.
Meditate, listen to music, have a good meal, and that's the social gathering for the day.
Where's this happening?
I mean, I just read an article about it. Never been. Never been.
I know, because I'm around 16 to 20, like 3-year-olds. They don't go out. I'm like, y'all don't go out to parties? No, it's too expensive. We can't afford it. You don't drink?
Parties are too expensive?
They're like,
no one has house
so
parties?
I meant like more like clubs.
Clubs.
Okay.
Excuse me, clubs. They're too expensive.
In New York, it is harder to have house parties.
They're like, a drink is $20.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're correct. A cab home to get home safe is $50, $60.
Yeah.
You just can't afford it.
That's true. You're out of the gate. Yo, isn't that crazy?
Out of the gate, yeah. A night out in town's $80, $100, $120.
That's if you have one drink?
Yo, get to the gurus, bro. Come on, man. Why is this guy? He really wants the opera hop on you.
Rosenberg. Laura, you know you are a beautiful queen. Ebro, don't ever play yourself. You're not a guru.
Breathe in, breathe out. TheOrignalGurus@gmail.com. TheOrignalGurus@gmail.com. Write to us. All right. Who's out there? Who needs us?
Laura, many.
Okay.
Many people are in need, and they send their emails to TheOrignalGurus@gmail.com. TheOrignalGurus@gmail.com. Send your email today. You may hear yourself tomorrow. Hey, gurus. I love you guys, and I just want your opinion on something. I have a best friend who's always going through something with her boyfriend. She always complains about him and has even said that if she could go back in time, she would never have talked to him in the first place. And I'm the one she usually vents to. So I hear all of it. Her and her boyfriend recently broke up, but I have a feeling they're going to get back together. So am I wrong for not wanting to hear anything when it comes to him or wanting to be involved when it comes to them? Are you wrong? No, you're not wrong. That's not wrong. If from the beginning, you're saying you heard he was whack and you wish they never met.
Yeah.
Now they broke up. You're not in the mood to hear about, oh my God, I'm so sad, when you know for a fact she told you, I shouldn't have even been this guy in the first place.
I've been there. You're not wrong.
No, tell her, hey, you made the right decision. Let's not waste any more time. You said it yourself. You never should have been with him in the first place. You're right. I know you're sad. If you want to go out, if you want me to help lift you up, if you want me to help have fun with you to get you back,
Yes, all
I'm
that.
there for you. I'm not mourning this man with you. He sucked. We're not mourning. That's not, I'm not doing it.
And
Not
you're
doing it.
choosing,
But-
if you choose to get back with them, that's on you.
That's on
And that's
you.
where, and I'm glad you went there, Laura, because the next question you need to ask is, are you still talking about him because of that dick? Because if he was really whack,
Lord.
why are you still talking about him?
Well, but that doesn't mean that he's not whack. Doesn't that make it even easier? It's like, oh, so you had good sex with the guy. Move on.
Maybe not. Some people struggle with that. They want the sex, or they confuse the sex with actual feelings.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, that is the
But
thing.
when it comes to a best friend here, you don't have to hear it.
Yeah, and by the way, though, be comfortable, though, knowing that then if she does get back with him, your friendship will probably take a hit.
Well, but that's why I'm saying investigate and find out. Is this really about him in the bed? Is this really about the dick?
Because then you could be like,
Because then every time it comes up, you can be like, stop it. You're just saying that because
there's other
of
good sex out there. It's cool. You'll find something
You'll find
else.
somebody else. Stop. It wasn't about his personality. You hated hanging out with him. You didn't like this. You run down the list of all of the things. You're just talking right now because you're horny. You'll find somebody different.
And there is a possibility,
talk.
that she's going to be like, all right, and choose him. And you're cooked. That's
Well,
not
but
gonna
then,
be.
no, but then
It's on the
once again,
table.
no, but then once again, you could be like, look, you just went back because you're shallow and you just wanted some dick.
Like Eazy-E said, addicted to what the did.
There you go.
But yeah, you're not wrong
You're
for the
not.
feelings. Just know that there's a chance, because we've seen it 1,000 times, where the good friend who's there gets left out because she goes back to the whack dude. We've seen it.
That's right.
A tale as old as time.
Let's say the gurus.
So say the good.
That was a fun show. I enjoyed today's program.
You know why?
It was about me?
Yep.
I knew you were going to say that. No, because you know what I was thinking? Because literally last night I thought, we hit show 50 last Friday. And I was thinking about like the show and how it's going and how I feel like we're doing. And I feel like the one thing we can do too much of is we're also focused on the political climate, that we can do days where it's all politics for like the first
Facts.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
But it's important that we do that. Like that is also what makes us us. But I was like, but I do want us to find a groove where we just talk about good stuff. And I thought that's what
I
today
agree.
was. Covered a lot of stuff today.
Agree.
No?
I'm just listening.
You're observant?
Just listening. I feel both. Some days I want to do what you're talking about.
No, me-
Some days I don't.
That's what he's saying.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
And that's why I was just listening.
Okay.
Why are you trying to get me to disagree with you?
No, because you do a lot of this.
I know. You had
Can
a
I
funny,
just-
you had a funny style face.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you do that? I'll just say I thought it was a good, different. It felt a little
I didn't
different.
even say anything, man. I
No, the
was like,
face is
yo,
fake.
what are you
He's like a
talking-
mother. You know, he gives a mother.
Oh, now I'm a mom. Now I got boobs. Oh, now you trying to.
What?
Nobody's
You know, 'cause moms
talking
have
about
boobs.
boobs. Oh,
Goodbye. Wrap it up, folks. We'll see you tomorrow. Well, listen, a new Patreon up today. New Patreon.
Yeah.